some mirror Mercy matchups.
Well, we are in on Eichenwald. The attack has begun, and going to the McCree conversation, Waffle will be on the McCree once more. So one way or another, CLG is doubling down and committed to this for both an anti-flanker and anti-air strategy.
It's been okay on the anti-flanker. The anti-air has yet to prove itself worth the investment that they're putting into it, and right now getting bullied back into the room. This is one way to be able to deal with a pharmacy combo. We've seen LGE enact this strat before. So far, Blezza's hydration out of suit, back in spawn.
It's just a really nice engagement coming in from YIKES. The tanks set up things well, they push back CLG, and they have dominance in the air from Pizza here, where every angle is getting pressured, and CLG quickly running out of room to work with. They are going to come back out onto the point, but every advantage possible going in favor of YIKES, and you take a look at the poke here, it's very much in their favor, and finally things break. Dante and Pizza get the kills they're looking for, and this is looking to be a very fast early attack coming out here from the side of YIKES.
Yeah, Hydration gets back into the fight and then gets demexed immediately, and if I'm him, I just switch to something else. I don't even care what my team's saying. He's not having a good time. They're putting all the onus on him to try to deal with this combo, to absorb the damage, but he can only do so much by himself. He needs a little bit of help from his friends. Again, I just don't know if they're running the support heroes to be able to support a diva right now.
And look at this on the momentum side. Shiny wasn't even able to reset with the rest of his team. Perhaps he should have just charged back in, but he's going to get staggered here. And then when they finally come out of that castle, they're going to be dealing with so many ultimates on the side of YIKES. The only upside for them here is that the payload is so far back that they do just have time on an objective basis, but so many ways that this fight can go badly for CLG unless Shiny lands the Earth Shatter of the Gods, but looking unlikely as Pizza. In over the top, drops a barrage, but way too aggressive, gets taken down, and suddenly CLG perhaps with an opportunity to bring this back.
If they didn't get that kill onto Farah, they were not going to get any kill in that game. It was Farah alone in Discord, so that had to happen. A beautiful Earth Shatter from Shiny will knock down Dahoon. Dahoon gets saved momentarily, but not saved against the brick wall there. Their Resident come back in, but now they are finally getting some traction here. It is only the combo left. They will be dispatched in short order as they jump back to their spawn.
That was an enormous shift in the game. Full stop. You had almost every ultimate up on the side of YIKES there, and they threw it away with a haphazard engage over the top, and now it's CLG in the driver's seat. This is big for CLG and could result in a time difference of 2 to 3 minutes over what could have been the fate of this map.
Well, Dante gets spotted out when he was going for a sneaky pulse bomb. He does end up going for the pulse bomb anyway, does not find pay dirt with it. They will sound barrier and try to engage on this defensively, but Grab comes in. Can they have the cleanup? The hammer swings coming through, and yup, bye.
Self-destruct after the Graviton. It's solid. There's no resurrection even remotely ready here, and that will be a full team wipe in favor of CLG. They cash out a lot of ultimates for that, but it is a great effort coming out from them. And YIKES still really struggling to find their momentum back here after what was a good opening.
And they should be able to grab high ground too. They've got 4 high ground heroes, and Dahoon, I guess, can just get this free push, which is what they're looking for now. They actually just rotate both their tanks onto the cart, not interested in trying to bully off the high ground. They just let everyone be distracted with the combo up front while they start taking the ground war back. Now, at some point, CLG has to rotate onto the cart.
XQC making a lot of space there. It's a good use of Primal Rage, and after taking down Miso, they have an opportunity now. It's a 6-4 advantage, and Pizza just gonna drop the barrage over the top, takes down Shake, and it is a massacre in favor of YIKES, really made possible off of what was an excellent engage from their tanks.
I think the rotations were just too late there. The tanks were on the cart and they were getting some good push, and there weren't a whole lot of people to be able to do damage out there, but they were still enamored with trying to focus on the combo rather than rotating back. Shiny will come out, hit the Earth Shatter, only knocks down 1, and he will get a pulse bomb for good measure.
Special delivery courtesy of Dante. He can start up his own delivery service with how consistent he has been. Certainly better than my average experience with UPS, as YIKES continues to push this forward.
You've seen my boxes that come from UPS, so I think I still got the worst part of that one.
I don't know how your PC survived. Testament to the quality.
It is
probably an Alienware PC.
Very likely. ZZA or Pizza or Za, whatever you want to call him, will get a late kill onto Shake, but now this is an interesting move. Hydration is going to go to the Mei instead, but the days of Mei being ultra dominant on Eichenwald last may have passed. You can use her in this very last section, but not in the front corridor anymore.
Here comes Soundbear out from Yikes. They're out for blood, and Dante again delivers the pulse bomb, gets a kill on the Waffle-tastic, and CLG getting caught off guard. Shiny surrounded on all sides. A Pharah to the skies, a Tracer to his back. He is going to fall. A no-win situation as Yikes piles on, and they are on the verge of still setting an incredibly quick Eichenwald time, despite some of their troubles on second.
A couple hiccups on second, but that is to be expected on Eichenwald. Very rarely do you see a team go first to last without getting a stall out at least somewhere in there. Miso does have Graviton up here, so they could flip this fight, but again, you gotta deal with Ginger.
Barrage coming in from Pizza, gets his Mana Mikado despite the sound barrier. 6v5 open. He's gonna follow the hydration, and now we look at Miso. Can he Graviton to pull this back? And he might not even need to, but he will after the resurrection. The Grav comes in, pulls in just one. It's not quite as much as he would have expected, and Yikes can still win this fight, especially after that.
Stall out from hydration does end up getting cleaned up from the skies there, and now the kill feed all turning red. There's not a whole lot of hope left for this defense. Waffle's able to take out the damage dealer of the combo, and now they've got a little bit of stall out. The spawns are so much closer that they can just pick up a couple kills here.
Pulse spot coming in from Dante, looking for a little bit more, and we are in full stall mode here from CLG. They're looking for the miracle. They have the Blizzard out to buy some time, but will it be enough? Any kill the defense gets here, way more valuable than any kill the offense gets, and they're buying time for respawns to come in, but here comes the Nano Boosted Tracer. Waffle moving right in and gets hacked.
Someone go kill Ginger, please. He's just pitching a tent up top on this chandelier, and he's gonna have resurrection. Oh my god, he's been there the whole time. He might as well unplug his keyboard.
You know what? Mercies have stealth mode up here on the chandelier. I don't know what you want to hear from me, Hex. And he still has the resurrection up as Yikes reinforces 1.29 meters away, just taking down every last bit of stall. Ginger Pop's never moving. It's actually never happening. Not that the defense really can get up here with so many people in their face. And finally, they finish out with 55 seconds remaining. But it is worth knowing that is a crucial number, because if it was a minute and 1 second remaining, there'd be a lot more pressure on CLG for their upcoming attack.
Only reason that happens because Dahun gets Rhine charge out of spawn and dies with otherwise I think they probably cap there at the very end. So nothing's working right now so much for CLG. It doesn't seem like iShiny on Rhine or Miso on Zarya are doing a whole lot against the Pharah Mercy, at least. And at least personally, for me, I would have rather seen by now something like Hydration on Genji and another person on D.Va. And let them at least try to go at the skies and go at Mercy. Because you know when you have Genji, there's always a good possibility you can kill Mercy first and quickly, and at least shut down some of these reses, as well as get high ground on a map like Eichenwald. So it is concerning to see CLG not switch it up more.
Yeah, I want to see some unorthodox stuff. I mean, their defense on second point wasn't too bad. There were 3 people actually fell into the pit. You guys missed it because I think you were watching the team fight, but somehow Mikado got booped into the hole or like tried to make a jump and missed. And then I want to say XQC popped Primal Rage and threw a high nooning McCree off into the pit. And then iShiny charged XQC, somehow launched into the sky and then fell into the pit himself. So there was like a 3K of environmental kills somehow for CLG on that point that they probably could have prevented. And then at the end of that second stage, XQC actually blocked an Earth Shatter with his Winston Bubble. So a lot of crazy plays happened. I mean, and then we had the Chandelier from the Mercy, which was probably the funniest thing I've ever seen. But
there was no reason to get off the Mercy camp towards the end. It was great.
I think maybe someone needs to go Widow. I need a Widowmaker in this game right now.
It's not happening, and I even think
I know it's not happening.
Once they see this comp, they're going to go back to McCree's Zed, more than likely, if they lose first team fight.
Yeah.
Well, the offense is going to be coming in from CLG, and again, it's going to be more of a ground and pound setup. Shiny will have the option to dive in. I just don't know if he's going to get quite the support he'd normally expect. There will be hydration with him, but this could go either very good or very, very badly if they don't get an early pick-off with what they're running here. And they just go straight to the point. They're going to make Yikes come back into them here. And it is pretty meaty here in the point as both teams trade off.
I think it's smart to be running an Ana here too. Shake was actually the only one who saw the Mercy on top of the Chandelier and was doing any sort of damage to it. So Shake on the Ana can actually throughput some of this damage, and it does help against the combo too. You've got that other kind of hit scan option with the scoped in Ana to be able to help out any sort of chip damage that already goes in, and the offense actually looking pretty good, although Pizza and Dante trying to bring him back, and there is Ginger Pop. Johnny on the spot.
Resurrection coming in, and that will give YIKES the breathing room they need to push us back, but they gave up 2 ticks there. They, I think, were caught a little bit off guard by the composition coming in from CLG, as CLG just walked up onto the point and just really sort of poked them out with a tanky front line. So they don't have much of a margin for error going forward here, but at the very least, they were able to buy some time and get control back on the point.
Well, you see them trying to chase a little bit and get some chip damage in because they're down in ultimates right now, and I think they have to know it. So the ultimate advantage definitely on the side of the offense is they can roll in at least 5 right now, and they're going to start it off with Soundberries.
Miso going in, holding onto the grab while Diva is still in the process, and Pizza knocked out. Diva demeched, and now is it Graviton time? No, it's not. They get 3 kills early on. They get to save it from that engagement. Really good on Waffle to isolate Pizza early on, and CLG should be able to convert this into a first point take.
They need to kill everyone so that there's no stall, so that Ginger can't come out and just bring everyone back to life. They are able to absolutely clean up the point there, see whether the aggression wants to take place on the next point. The good thing for the defense is both support ultimates will be up. I want to keep eyes on Dante maybe, because he's probably looking for a sound, or a pulse bomb rather, before this next fight even starts. We've seen Tracers just go for this shutdown and just prevent their team from even having to fight for 20 seconds.
Well, here comes the engage, and Pizza stops Miso before a Graviton can be in progress. So it's a good counter dive here from YIKES, and it's gonna force a reset out of the offense here from CLG. CLG, though, still has plenty of resources for a good engage. And it's good on them that they didn't try and burn everything to pull that one back when they realized, actually, we're pretty close. We'll just wait for Miso to get back in here. Graviton does come in, and the Graviton doesn't really grab much of anything. That was a bit forced.
Yeah, sorry, I was looking for the grab, which is why I was quiet there. I could not find it. It was up against the tower in a very odd spot. Hydration finally exacts a little bit revenge against Pizza, but everyone brought back to life by Ginger Pop, who's able to keep everyone down. Now Shake going down to Dante really is going to hurt this tank composition, and you see them all falling after. Waffle's alone up here, but there's really no one to help him. I'm surprised that, the push has not been able to come through just as well.
That was just an awkward Graviton. Miso, who's usually been very on point with his Graviton target selection, I guess what he thought we'd get there is 2 or 3 people stuck against the wall, but when you go for that sort of Graviton, if the timing is off even just a little bit, you're gonna come up with absolutely nothing. And unfortunately for Miso, that's how it went down. YIKES able to reset the course of the game here, and oh no, Dante in on the flank. Pulse bomb at the ready, looking for a stick. Drops right in, gets the stick, but mostly nullified by the sound barrier and gives his life for nothing.
Yeah, it was a great sound barrier to keep everyone alive right there, and now Waffle is cleaning up a little bit, coming alive as Soldier 76. There will be a little bit of stall out there from XQC, and the res does come in. I thought Ginger could have been dead to rights, so he got himself out of position.
Ginger Pop showing they can survive without the aid of a Chandelier, if people didn't know. But Graviton comes in from Miso again, not doing much, mostly nullified by Space coming in with the defensive matrix, so YIKES gonna hold this one once more. And time quickly fading from CLG here. Remember, this is map number 3. This is match point for YIKES. So if CLG isn't able to bring this through in the next 2 minutes, that's it. They're going to get knocked to the lower bracket.
It was really smart play by Space there to keep his Lucio alive, who got caught in the sound barrier, because you lose your Lucio there, you're in a little bit of trouble. And yet again, Dante lurking, trying to get a pulse pump in.
Meanwhile, CLG, they're just trying to scramble to the high ground, but they do so successfully. Pizza drops the barrage, but it's preemptive. He drops it too early. Dante falls on the flank, and as messy as this is at the close quarters, it's working out for CLG. Now, they're healed back up, they're able to secure the high ground, and they have superior positioning to YIKES right now, who has been caught off guard. And is Attack Visor going to get used here over the top? Maybe. Waffle holds off on it to begin with, and it's probably a good call given the sightlines. Finds Dante with the Helix, and CLG able to cut through here a bit.
They might be able to get a res here, but no. Yeah, there it is.
Oh.
Ginger Pop has been so slippery. They're sending resources after him. It does not matter. He is unkillable.
He might as well be wearing a cloak of invisibility right now for how he's being dealt with, and yikes. Off of the resurrection, able to bring it right back in once more. And even though it's still possible for CLG to bring this back, how morale killing is that where they go around the side, they work that out pretty well, they get the kill on the Dante, they deal with the barrage, they get better positioning, and they still fall.
It's brutal, and there's only sending a Winston after Ginger Pop. They're just not devoting enough to the combination, and it's really biting them every single time. Miso has grab up. It's their last fight. They initiate with Sound Barrier.
Sound Barriers and Waffle-tastic barely alive, and no, he ends up falling before he gets stopped off. 5v6 now for CLG, surrounded on all sides. It's a good dive here from YIKES, and almost no way of bringing this back, as YIKES will choke out CLG here and take Eichenwald for a swift 3-0 victory here in the upper bracket final of the Overwatch Monthly Melee.
How did it... Alright, so this is gonna sound like things you hear in, like, what, silver level? Can someone please kill the Mercy? Can someone kill the Mercy?
I mean, one, you gotta give a lot of props to Ginger Pop